this channel is supported by TrueFire. TrueFire is an online library of lessons from some of my favourite players. There's thousands of lessons on there. You can use the promo code JNC40 to get 40% off of any of their courses. I thought this bared repeating because it was quite a big difference that I was noticing for myself. I don't know if maybe the Fender twins in the Helix might have been something you've been looking to get some tones out of, some results. But yeah, I've always felt like the Fender stuff in the Helix kind of felt a bit small, and didn't give me that kind of big vibe you actually get from, you know, playing a Fender amp. The real key to this is Matt Schofield. Is this kind of conversion chart that I got from Fractal forums. And what you may have noticed, and I did a video on this, is that a Fender amp goes from 1 to 10. And our Helix or Fractal amps go from 0 to 10. So what we should really be thinking about is when we got familiar tones with like a deluxe reverb or a twin. Typically I might be thinking, right, well, I'd normally have a Fender twin, I'd start on 5 on both the treble and bass. So that's necessarily what I do in the Helix world. That's actually significantly higher than the result you get on the actual knob itself. So our midway point for a Fender knob in the Helix should be like 4.44. And for me, with a Fender amp, actually 3 on the amp is close to where I'd be 2 or 3 gigging a Fender twin or deluxe reverb. You know, if you're really lucky to be able to gig an amp these days, I don't think you'll be pushing a twin beyond sort of 2 and 3 without getting some significant complaints. And they are really quite clean, but also still very loud at that kind of volume. So let's kind of take that as our starting point more so. So 2.22, 1.11, and that actually first ends up being really quiet. So 1.1 is this Snapshot 3, which is volume on 2. And to mitigate that low level going in, I've got a boost here plus 12 dB, and then at the end here I'm going to LA Studio Comp. Now this ends up being quite an expressive, like, high headroom. Kind of just straightforward. and you're going to hear kind of everything that your pickups chuck out. Might be a little bit on the anemic side with a tube screamer in front. That really familiar feeling of playing a tube screamer into a Fender amp is kind of back when these volumes are backed off. So that's kind of Snapshot 1. Snapshot 3 actually. Snapshot here, I brought the volume up to 3, which is like 2.2 on the knob. So that's 1.1 and 2.2 are like the key things to remember. And then also 4.4 for the midpoint of the treble and bass. Again, like I said, it's super high headroom. If you get rid of this, you might get some sense of just how much, like, yeah, dynamic. But it's going to make it a beautiful pedal platform. So that's just a tube screamer, a bit more gain than I would use with the deluxe reverb, and the level taken back a bit because this amp again has a bit more headroom. We've also got a Prince tone here. I might also consider whether this Presence, I'd take that down. I think it's really important, like the level at which you monitor with a Fender style tone as well, because it can go from feeling sort of just huge to very thin and very anemic. So it's important to kind of get those levels right that you're monitoring at as well, I think. But that's kind of just some tips. The BetterTwinTone, I'll drop that into the folder, the Gumroad folder. Please feel free to drop into that and give that tone a try. If you've not tried it already, my tones, you can grab them all on Gumroad. Basically, there's a general folder where you'll find like most of my presets. There's like hundreds and hundreds, and my main key presets like the Eric lead and Eric combined and all that sort of stuff. But this is also where I put my experimental tones. £5, you get access to all of that stuff. So hopefully that represents some fairly okay value. I'll catch you in another video soon. Cheers for stopping by.